Live from WJZ, this is an Alert Day.
As we come on the air at 5 o'clock, a live look at the roads right now. Crews have been working nonstop to clear the snow for the most impactful winter storm we've seen in a decade. And it could still take at least another day to get some of those side streets, which is always one of the bigger concerns.
And these are the sights and sounds across the region today. Snow blowers and snow plows hard at work, with most people doing it the old-fashioned way with a plain old shovel.
And not easy snow to remove. Here's a look at some of the snow and sleet totals from all across the region at the official measuring station over at BWI. A little more than 11 inches. Aberdeen saw a shade over 10 inches. Same with Columbia and Edgemere. And Baltimore City clocking in with 8.6.
And a number of school districts are already closed for tomorrow, including Baltimore, Hartford, Howard, Frederick, and Cecil counties. Anne Arundel County is closed tomorrow and Wednesday. You can see the complete list scrolling across the bottom of your screen.
And welcome into the news at 5, everyone. I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Nikki Zizaza. The storm unfolded just as the First Alert weather team told you it would. Now bitter and dangerous cold is gripping the region.
And tonight we are on your corner with extensive First Alert team coverage. Investigator Mike Halgren and Janae Reese taking a look at the storm's lasting impact, especially with a stretch of cold ahead that we have not seen in years.
But first, let's go to First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin with just how cold it's going to be over the next few days.
Well, yeah, Nikki and Rick, at times dangerously cold. It's not just because of the abnormally cold temperature, but also the occasionally gusty wind. We're talking about dangerous morning conditions in particular. Outside right now, a partially frozen Inner Harbor, and it is already down to 24. Feels like 9. It's gusting to 38 miles an hour at BWI, south side of the metro. That's that really frigid air mass starting to blow into the state. So the breeze remains elevated. Temperatures tumble. We're back to 19 by 10 in the city, mind you. 17 by 1, 7 lonely degrees. Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, you factor in that wind, it is going to feel like it is well below zero, and that's a problem. These are actual temperatures. While your thermometer might say at your home or in your backyard tomorrow morning, 8 College Park, 7 Westminster, the same in Baltimore, 6 Bel Air. Even the Eastern Shore, upper single digits in lower teens. When you factor in a 20-mile-an-hour breeze, we're talking about those numbers. We'll put a minus in front of them. Below zero, that's what it's going to feel like in the morning. And a frigid rest of the morning on into the start of the afternoon as well, struggling to get into the 20s in a few places tomorrow. And believe it or not, wish I had warmer news, that's not the coldest day in the 7-day forecast. More on this extreme weather and the chance of additional snow this weekend in the First Alert neighborhood forecast. Break.
Yeah, a lot to break down. Cutter, thank you. Our live team coverage now continues with Mike Halgren live in North Baltimore. Mike, we know you've been all around those side streets today. We can see it behind you. A lot of those still not cleared yet.
No, Rick, a lot of them are a mess tonight. And you can see how this heavy, dense snow is just piling up. We're here on Keswick. A lot of people spent the day cleaning up, digging out in this bone-chilling cold. The sound of digging out buried cars could be heard across the state as Maryland cleans up from one of the biggest storms in a decade. This street doesn't look like it's been touched.
Yeah, we don't get touched much until later, every time we've had a big storm.
In North Baltimore, Jim Franey's side street is impassable, like many others in the city. Even though this has happened before in snowstorms, is it frustrating to have, some of these streets that just, it takes forever to get to?
I mean, it'd be real nice to get our street plowed, so the sooner the better.
Some clean out the snow for a living. We caught up with a contracted crew on Roland Avenue.
So we just make sure that the tenants are safe, when they come out. We manage about 300 units, and we just ride around and take care of our locations, our properties.
Charles Locke and his team are spending some 12 to 14 hours clearing the snow today alone.
It's cold, but it's not too bad unless you touch the snow with your hands and stuff. But just layer up. Once you get to moving and shoveling, you warm up a little bit.
The storm touched every part of the state. You can see the bare pavement on some interstates closer to Baltimore. Some western Maryland highways are still covered in snow.
These roads may look clear, they may just look wet, but with these kind of temperatures, both on the pavement and the air, anything that's wet out there is going to freeze. That's why we have to continuously be in operation in our 12-hour shifts to do this, the salting and with the liquid magnesium.
In Anne Arundel County, first responders rescued a chocolate lab stuck in a frozen creek using specialized equipment. In Hartford County, crews rescued 4 cows, a bull, and a horse after a barn collapsed. And in Howard County, 60 firefighters worked for more than an hour in the freezing cold to bring this blaze under control. The National Guard has deployed 200 soldiers and 75 vehicles to assist wherever they are needed.
We're grateful that we've had no casualties, no serious injuries. No serious power outages. That we're still not out of the woods yet. That the temperature is continuing to drop. It'll stay like that for a while. And so there are still some real dangers that we still want to make sure that people are prepared for, and people are still heeding the advice that we're getting.
Now, Maryland State Police responded to 1,400 calls for service during this storm. The governor says he's closely monitoring the power grid and concerned about these extreme temperatures.